What up, everybody? Welcome to Trailer Park, the movie review show that focuses on the trailers of the movies. I'm your host, Richard Barlow. It's the end of the month, so that means only one thing. It's time for another trailer watch. So I've been scouring the internet like I always do, looking at trailers, trying to find ones to review, and here's 10 trailers that didn't quite make the cut this month for reviews, but are still worth checking out.
Did I ever tell you how much I love you? Don't take it personally. But if you have, I've forgotten.
A Head Full of Honey looks to be both a heartwarming and heartbreaking look at an aging man suffering from what appears to be Alzheimer's and the toll it's taking on him and his family, and the lengths his granddaughter goes to in order to ensure his happiness during this rough time. The trailer almost loses me once the granddaughter and him go on their trip because it almost looks like two different movies, but nevertheless still manages to tug on my heartstrings enough to keep me interested. We'll just have to wait to see if it manages to divide the two stories well enough when it comes out.
You gave me no hair.
Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside, and they all look just the same.
I almost reviewed the Escape Room trailer on its own last week because it fits in with the October horror theme, but Bird Box managed to just beat it out. That doesn't take away from how interested in this movie I am, though. It tells the story of a group of strangers that are invited to take part in a mysterious escape room for a prize of $1 million. They start to realize that this escape room is all based around them and their individual traumas, and that it will kill them if they are unsuccessful in their escape. This movie comes at a great time. The escape rooms are all the rage, and although it's not a new premise, the try to solve something to avoid being killed motif, as long as they keep things more psychological and the challenges all mental, rather than going in the direction of Saw and making them have to hurt themselves in order to get out, then I think this movie could be very entertaining.
Got it!
Talk about immersive.
What's wrong with you? That was real! Help! Somebody help me! Hey, leave him alone.
It's a tough world out there. And it's getting tougher all the time.
The Kid Who Would Be King looks like a classic family-friendly adventure, taking the classic tale of the Sword and the Stone and bringing it to the modern world. I used to watch and love movies like this when I was young, and it seems like things like this went out of style for a while, so it's nice to see something like this again. Although it might not be one for just adults to go see on their own, it definitely looks to be one made for the kids, but entertaining enough and with clever enough jokes that parents will be able to enjoy it as well.
Gathered at a round table so that they were all equal. And look. Quick, Bedders, lift up the flaps. See?
How are things between you and John?
Jonathan is an interesting take on a man with multiple personalities. It almost goes further than just multiple personalities. It seems he is two different people, and the trailer suggests that it's two completely separate brains. One personality comes out during the day, and the other at night, neither one being aware of what the other one has done. They use videos and other means to communicate with each other. The problem comes when the girlfriend of one runs into the other, and the two personalities begin to compete for the same girl. It doesn't show much of what comes with this, but it says that it could be very dangerous, which makes me, for one, extremely curious to see how it turns out and what comes of this.
John? Never seen you in the daylight before. I'll see you tonight. Oh my God, I can't believe it!
Hi, Mom.
I see you. Is it you?
Is that Ben?
Ben Is Back tells the story of a young man, freshly sober, joining his family for the holidays. Everything seems to be going well until you learn that maybe he's not as done with his old life as originally thought. In order to get away from the life he lived before, he has to go back and tie up some loose ends, and his mother, played by Julia Roberts, decides that she is going to help him with this. With very strong and emotional performances being showed by Lucas Hedges and Julia Roberts, this looks like a movie that is not to be missed.
I'm looking for my son.
I can tell there's something wrong.
You need to come home.
Not without Ben.
Jared, I want you to do well. I want you to have a great life. I love you, but we cannot see a way that you can live under this roof if you're going to fundamentally go against the grain of our beliefs.
In Boy Erased, we once again join Lucas Hedges with a very emotional family performance. This movie tells the story of a young man who has come out to his parents and is sent off to a religious camp to try and convert him back to the heterosexual lifestyle. It looks at the harshness and cruelness of what these camps do and takes a look at the struggle the parents go through when trying to choose between their religion and what it tells them and the love they have for their son. We see them start to realize that maybe what they have believed to be right this whole time isn't that simple. With strong performances coming from Hedges, along with Nicole Kidman, Russell Crowe, and Joel Edgerton, this movie is sure to be a powerhouse when it's released.
They say sometimes you gotta hurt a child in order to help them, but a mother knows when something isn't right.
Talk to him.
Do you mind terribly if I went back up to bed for half an hour?
Not at all. Gotta take as long as you need.
Would you like to come with me?
The Delinquent season is a very real look at two struggling couples and an affair that starts between them, with the confusion, excitement, and anger that comes out of that. It looks to be a movie that won't pull any punches in telling life like it is, and its strength will come from its realism. This may be another movie that you come out not feeling the greatest, but its realism and strong performances make it worth a watch.
What's your code?
Why do you want to know?
Because I need to make sure that you're not up to something I think you might be.
You need to prove you're looking for work.
I've been looking, trust me.
3 signatures by tomorrow, or you can tell it to the judge.
The Upside is a true story about a down-on-his-luck man looking for a job who stumbles upon the opportunity to become an assistant to a wealthy paraplegic gentleman. The two, despite their major differences, become very close and help each other with life's problems. Yet another powerful performance from Bryan Cranston is something to always be excited for. However, this movie seems to be a perfect bridge for Kevin Hart to start doing some more dramatic work. It still has its funny moments and the types of jokes you have come to expect from Kevin Hart, but the trailer also shows some more emotional beats out of the actor, which is the thing I am most excited for in this movie.
I specifically said nothing for my birthday.
I'm sorry you gotta have a surprise party in your huge mansion. Some of us got real problems. I'm fighting to see my son.
Rachel.
Hello, Lewis.
Look at you.
The Aftermath is a period piece that looks at the aftermath of World War II, how it has affected people and their relationships between the British and the German coming out of the war. It looks at a couple who takes over a house of a German family and decides to let the family stay, and an affair that begins between the British wife and the German husband. With Keira Knightley, Jason Clarke, and Alexander Skarsgård, this looks to be yet another movie on this list that will feature amazing performances from an incredible cast.
You didn't tell me what I was walking into. This isn't how it was supposed to be.
None of this is how it is supposed to be.
Please don't go.
I had a job to do.
What do you say? I want you to be my VP. I want you. You're my vice.
From Adam McKay, the man who brought us The Big Short, comes Vice, another look at a modern American history-changing story featuring an incredible ensemble cast. Vice looks at the true story of Dick Cheney, vice president to George W. Bush, and how he changed the way a vice president does things in the White House. This movie features Christian Bale, Amy Adams, Sam Rockwell, and Steve Carell, just to name a few. With a cast like that and a story as big as this movie is not one to be missed.
Are you even more ruthless than you used to be?
First in command, my testimony, but I take the stand.
So there you have it. 10 trailers from this month that I think are worth checking out. Did I miss any that you saw this month that you think are worth taking a look at? Let me know in the comments, and of course, let me know what trailers you'd like to see me review. If you like this video and you want to see more, then go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell beside it. And that's it for today's episode. Hopefully next week when I come at you, I'll have my beard back again because I feel naked without it. But until then, I'll see you around.